Good morning, student. We will start with our practical number 1 as per the university syllabus. Our first practical is working with basic C Sharp and ASP.NET with some basic concept, basic operator concept, basic controls. The first practical is given as create an application that obtain four values. That means that four values we have to accept from user. Then we have to accept integer values. By default, it is in text box, it is string from the user and display the product. That means multiplication. So simply they are asking accept the four values from the user and do the multiplication. So as per ask in the practical, we are taking four values with four label. Okay. Enter A, enter B, enter C, enter D, and then four text box. By default, text box values are considered as string. So we have to convert that values into integer and then we have to do product. So one button we will keep to get the multiplication and one button we are going to keep for what we can say, that is reset button, so that text box will again become empty. Okay, and the last label, okay, which is shown here, there we are going to display the results. Okay, so let us start with the practical. Open the Visual Studio, then file menu, new, and then website. We have done file menu, new, and then we have selected website from the new menu. Then we are waiting for initializing templates. So out of the available options, what we are going to select? ASP.NET empty website. Press OK. Let us wait the website to be launched. Okay, as you can see here in your right hand side, there is a solution explorer. There is website 29 because we have not changed the name of website. There we can change the name also. Okay, in next practical we will change the name. Okay, right now we can right click on this particular website. Okay, and we have to add the web page. So right click on website name in solution explorer, go to add and select the option add new item. Okay, there will be add new item window. Out of that, make sure that you have selected Visual C Sharp. Okay, here there are basic two options, Visual Basic and Visual C Sharp. You have to select Visual C Sharp. Somebody who is attending the practical for first time, make sure that it was selected Visual C Sharp, and then out of available template, select the web form. Here you can change the name, keep all the options as it is and press add. Once you click the add button, your default.aspx page will be created. Okay, it will take some time for processing, and initially when the page will load, it will load into the source view. Look at the bottom part. There are three types of पेज given. 150 लिखा है, यहाँ पे कर्सर देखो हाईलाइट किया, उसके नीचे देखो यहाँ पे डिजाइन है, स्प्लिट है, सोर्स है. दिस इज द ASP.NET source view. ASP.NET page start with @page directive. In theory, I have already clarified with that with some attribute. Okay, and whatever C sharp code we are going to write, that will be written into code file that is called as code behind file default.aspx.cs, that is already created here. Okay, if you are going to create in solution explorer, there is an arrow on default.aspx. You can see that default.aspx.cs file is already created when we create a default.aspx page. Coming back to our ASPX page, we will go to design page first. You can see here in source view, you can see here under the body tag, just form tag is created and one empty div tag is created. So in design view, we have to select design view. Okay, and once we are on design view, go to view menu. By default, in so many web editor, the toolbox is appeared here when we are going to click the design view. If you are not able to see the toolbox, you have to select view menu. Okay, in view menu, you have to select the toolbox. So toolbox will appear here. So there are so many types of tools available in .NET. Okay, so we are going to use for first 2 3 practical only the standard tools. So I'm just clicking this arrow standard. Okay, as per our design, as in the practical product of 4 numbers. So we are going to add 4 labels first, and after that 4 text boxes, and then required thing. So let us start with adding a button label. So let us write something directly without label. Also, you can write here multiplication. Okay, that you can write, and then you can add label one. Okay, so this is the control how we are dragging onto our web page. We have seen many of the practicals, so this is very basic practical, but few of you might have not seen that how to do that, so you can observe this. So here what we are going to do, this is the label control. Label control just accepts the text. So to write the text in label control, select the label control, right click on it, and go to properties. Here, for basic controls, for every control, we need to identify and remember the name of, the ID of the every control, that is unique. So first, you can see here in the properties box on your right hand side, that is label 1 property box appeared. Our first label ID is label 1. Okay. So here there are so many properties that you can do work it on. Like you can also select the back color of property. Okay. If you want background color to that particular label, that will appear here. Border color, if you want to change to some different color, that also you can do. Border style, border width, CSS class if you want to apply, font of label if you want to change, bold करना है तो bold आप लोग कर सकते हो. So that means with every control, what are the properties that are basic your responsibility to just right click on that particular control, check the available properties, change the values, and see what appears in the that particular label. You can see here color change already in default.asp. Let us say italic. If I am doing it true, so it will appear in italic. Some name you want to give, so font name you want to give. Okay, let us say we are going to select some Cambria font. Cambria. So font will also change. Size, if you want to improve, you can also large font you can do large or xx large. If you want to underline to that text, underline will also appear. Fore color of the font color, if you want to change, that will also change. Okay, let us change it to something. So this is as per the first practical I am showing you what we can do here. Okay, fore color थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट रखते हैं, ब्लैक ही रखते हैं. Okay, so height, width, that also you can give in pixel. Okay, if tooltip you want to add, you can add. So these are the things. Text we are going to change as per our practical. So enter value 1. This you can write enter value 1. So this will appear like this. So I'm not going to apply this particular things on each and every label, but here I'm going to show you in this way we can do it. So then we will require one text box. Every time whenever we are going to add the control, that particular control ka ID you have to remember. So in text box there is a search bar. If you want to add some tool, so then you can directly search by the name of control. If you don't know the name of control, then just click on this arrow and see the iterate through the list and check which control you want. Now, on in front of every label, we want a text box. So we are just finding a text box. Yes, it is there. So I'm dragging a text box from this one, and where I want, there I'm placing a text box. So I'm not doing anything. Now you can see here text box को right click किया properties में गए, so there are several properties, but our text box ID is text box 1, that you have to remember to get and to iterate the value. Okay, so similarly I am going to add the label. So I will add the label first. Okay, label. Okay, then again I will add the label so that our work will become easy. Okay, and then I will add the label. Okay, and now I will change the label text. I am going property. Okay, so enter value 2. Okay, so this is what we have entered in the label 2. Okay, here again in text I am going to, okay, when I am selecting this one, properties window is already there. If it is not displayed, right click on it, go to properties and change the text, enter value 3. Okay, on label 4 I am going again properties and I am going to enter value 4, because this is what is asked in our program. So here I am adding some colon in front of label so that separation will be there. And then now what I have to drag? Now I have to drag the text box. Okay, so my text box is there. What is the ID of my text box? Check in properties. ID is text box 2. Okay, then for enter value 3, again I am going to take a text box. What is the ID? You can see here ID is text box 3. Again I am going to check, drag one text box. Okay, the ID of my text box is text box 4. Let us just align this particular text box. You can drag them or you can just make the spaces so that that will be in proper designing manner. We are not having such a time to creately exactly map the design, but if you are preparing the project, then your designing also needs to be similar. You can do the latter part. So now in this text box where we will accept value 1, text box 2 may 2, third, 4. Then where we want a button, so we will get one button here. Okay, from the control standard controls, I am putting one button. Okay, drag here, right click on button, go to properties and change the text. What is that button? This is multiplication. Okay, multiplication. This is my button. After that I will add few spaces. Then I will again drag one button that is not written in the practical, but we will keep that button. Button name will be reset. Which property we are working on? Text. Button ka text property. You see that in button ka text property, whatever I am writing, that will become the name of button. So this is all about your design part. Now we will go into coding part. Okay, so we again require one control, one label control, so that I am dragging. Okay, so I am writing here label name as a result. You can put it as it is. I am writing it as a label. So I am saving it. Okay. So now what we want, on multiplication बटन पे क्लिक करने के बाद ये चारों टेक्स्ट बॉक्स में जो यूजर वैल्यू पुट करेगा उसका मल्टीप्लिकेशन होना चाहिए. So let us click on this particular button. The code behind page will open. You can see here, once you are double clicking on that particular button in design, you are inside the default.aspx.cs page. This CS page has built in one method called as page load. There we can write some code. Okay, and there are some built-in namespaces given. These are default. We can remove them. Okay, using system is mandatory, or whatever we require that we have to add. Then there is a name of class. Name of class will be the page name underscore, which will always inherited from system.web.ui.page. Page load event will occur every time when the page is loaded. So what I am going to do, we have to write our logic in button one underscore click event, where there are two parameters, object sender and event args. Event handling model we have learned in theory, but in page load I want that label, whatever I have described, label number 5, where I want to show the result, should be visible only after the results are coming. So I am getting the property label 5, which is my fifth label, okay, equal to false. When the page is loaded, I don't want that result label supposed to display to user. When I supposed to display, when user will click on button 1, when he want a multiplication, then it's supposed to be visible. Okay. So here, what I have to write. So there are too many ways to do this particular practical. Let we can do it by some creating a temporary variable and then multiplication. Okay, that will be simple for you to understand. So create a 4 integer variable a comma b comma c comma d and semicolon. Okay, and then put a is equal to text box 1, first one, dot text. Okay, and give the semicolon. As you can see here, textbox1 dot text is giving a error. What it is showing? A is integer, okay, cannot implicitly convert type string to int. So to get the value from textbox1 dot, so we have to use textbox1 dot text, but by default textbox ka value is accepted or treated as a string. Then we have to convert it to integer. So what we have to write? Here we have to write type conversion convert dot, okay, okay, this is not working, 1 minute. We will write this, okay. What we have to do, if you remember, we can put this particular convert dot to int 32. Here we are going to write like this conversion. You can see what we did here. There are green symbols also, B, C and D below, B, C and D. So Visual Studio indicates that you have created the variable but you have not used it. Okay. We will get one more variable R as a result. So we can getting that one also R as a result, or we can see here directly result. Okay. So now in a variable we have extracted the value of textbox1 dot text and we have converted into integer because it is text default. So we have to use the type conversion. Then we are going to copy paste the things because 4 times we have to do that. So here we are going to write B, okay, and here convert to int 32. The second box text box ID is text box 2. Then here we are going to convert it to C, small case C, convert into to text box 3. Then here it is D, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स 1, यहाँ पे क्या आएगा टेक्स्ट बॉक्स 4 बिकॉज हमारे टेक्स्ट बॉक्स का आईडी वो है. नाउ यू कैन सी दैट ए बी सी डी के नीचे का ग्रीन लाइन चला गया बिकॉज वी हैव यूज दैट वेरिएबल. ओके, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स 1, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स 2, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स 3, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स 4 जो हमारे आईडीज हैं उनका हमने कन्वर्ट करके इस वेरिएबल में स्टोर किया है. देन रिजल्ट, ओके, जो हमारा रिजल्ट वेरिएबल है उसमें हमको क्या करना है, ए normal operator because everything is in now B, C star and D normal कैलकुलेशन हम लोग कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे रिजल्ट वेरिएबल में क्या है, ए स्टार बी स्टार सी स्टार डी स्टार, मतलब हम लोग मल्टीप्लीकेशन कर रहे हैं. देन वी हैव टू डिस्प्ले द रिजल्ट इनटू लेबल 5. सो लेबल 5 है हमारा जिसमें हमने रिजल्ट दिखाना है इक्वल टू रिजल्ट, ओके, एंड डूइंग सेमीकोलन. यहाँ पे उल्टा है, पहले हमको टेक्स्ट बॉक्स में से वैल्यू लेकर इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ा बिकॉज कैलकुलेशन करना था। अभी कैलकुलेशन हो गया, कैलकुलेशन के फॉर्म में आया, रिजल्ट वेरिएबल का डेटा टाइप क्या है, इंटीजर। बट लेबल पे अगर हमको वो रिजल्ट डिस्प्ले करना है तो वो लेबल का डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू क्या है, डिफॉल्ट टाइप क्या है, स्ट्रिंग। तो हमारे रिजल्ट वेरिएबल को हमको स्ट्रिंग में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ेगा डिस्प्ले करने के लिए। पहले हम लोगों ने क्या किया, स्ट्रिंग को इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट किया, फिर मल्टीप्लिकेशन किया, वापस मल्टीप्लिकेशन को अगर लेबल पे डिस्प्ले करना है तो उसको डॉट टू क्या करना पड़ेगा, डॉट रिजल्ट डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग, रिजल्ट डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग पैरेंथेसिस। ओके, इस तरीके से आप लोग लिख सकते हो। ओके, लेट अस से इट इज आल्सो शोइंग। ओके, convert the numeric value of this instance to its equivalent string representation, cannot implicitly convert type string to web.ui.web control label. So not a problem. What we will do here, okay, convert to, we can also use convert method as implicit name, convert dot to, 1 minute. Explicitly we are going to do convert dot to string in bracket. Okay, it is also not accepting. What we supposed to do here now, label 5 may, okay, sorry, we have to write label 5 dot text. This is what I have made the mistake. Now this will also work. Okay, otherwise you can do result dot to string, that will also work. What my point, what I missed here, property of label, because label 5 is a object, but label 5 dot text is property of label. So this is our normal logic. Can anyone put in text box, if I run this program, will the program will run and give the expected result? I'm waiting your answers, waiting for your answers in chat box. Can this program execute, will display you the result? Student, I'm asking some question, I'm waiting for the result. So far nothing is in chat box. Hope you are able to see the output screen. So Nakul is saying we will get the result. Anyone else? No response. So there is no need to take the practicals. Let us observe. Let us type something 12, 12, 12. Are we getting the result? Okay, before pressing the button, I will tell you that we are not getting the result. We will not able to see the result. Why? If you remember in page load, what we have did, look at here. In page load, we have written label 5 dot visible equal to false. Label 5 dot visible equal to false. So according to that, this is label is not visible. So our program is executing. Okay, student, our program is executing, but still we are not getting the result because label 5 is not visible. So what we have to do, before putting this particular values on the label, what you have to do, label 5 dot visible, okay, equal to true. Then we are able to see the result because हमने लोड पे, पेज लोड पे रिजल्ट नहीं दिखाया था. गॉट माई पॉइंट. और दूसरा ये है कि हम लोगों ने और एक हमारा बाकी है कोडिंग, जो रीसेट बटन है उसका कोडिंग बाकी है. उसमें सिंपल है, डबल क्लिक ऑन रीसेट बटन. ओके, आई एम स्टॉपिंग द प्रोजेक्ट. Double clicking on the reset button, and here what we have to do, text box 1 dot text equal to simply empty double quote डालना है. Okay, so this will do the reset. Similarly for remaining 4 text box के लिए same करना है. So we are just copying and pasting it. यहाँ पे सिर्फ नंबर चेंज करो आईडी का, नंबर 1, नंबर 2, नंबर 3, नंबर 4. रीसेट बटन का कोडिंग का लॉजिक इतना ही. लेवल 5 विजिबल नहीं था इसलिए हमको रिजल्ट वहाँ पे नहीं दिखा. Again I am running the project. Now we will put the value. Okay, and just we will click on multiplication button. You can see the result here, 14641. And now if you click on reset button, text box will be empty and label will be again invisible. Okay, so let us say we will again go to multiplication. You can see here 4 times 2 are 16. Hope you have understood the program 1.